That counts as a try.
Ow!
That's 2.
Ow!
And that's 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pro-Wrasslin. Welcome back to another episode of Rants and Reviews. And yes, today is another review. Today, as you have seen by the title, and that's the reason why you have clicked on the title is because you want to know this war between AEW and WWE. Is it real? Is it legit? Or is it's strong enough to be true? As in, what I am trying to say is, the topic I am covering today, is AEW legit competition for WWE? And I cannot wait to break this one down, so let's get to it. First off, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, for those who do not know, is an up-and-coming show. As it stands, I think it has been doing decently well. I don't know what the numbers and figures are, but if you look at the way they've been selling out arenas, they've been selling out pay-per-views in 15 minutes, 30 minutes flat, which is actually saying something, which is already showing you that AEW is on the rise. AEW could get strong. It could get really, really big. And that, I think, is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. It's fantastic. Because I want to see AEW succeed. I want to see this awesome success story from it. Because so many people doubt it. That's the thing. All Elite Wrestling. There's a lot of doubters out there still that think it's going to thrive for maybe a year, and then it's going to start fizzling out. So actually, for those doubters out there, I hope to see this succeed. All Elite Wrestling is actually an awesome company. It's run by Cody Rhodes. Tony Khan, I believe, is the owner or the business guy ultimately behind All Elite Wrestling, the one who I think ultimately came forward and said, hey, I'm willing to promote this company. I'm willing to help build this company, and I think that's awesome. What's also awesome is that he's a wrestling fan. He's a pro wrestling fan, which means the ideas, the decision making behind it isn't just about making money, because he has the money, he has the cash. He doesn't have to put in any effort or his cash to doing this company. He could just live his life moving forward. So he actually has a passion for it, and he wants to help this succeed. He wants to help this grow. So from that perspective, All Elite Wrestling, I'm hoping, will succeed. So far, so good, no doubt about that. And now the big thing to think about is WWE, right? So first and foremost, it's no secret that WWE hasn't been doing so well recently. The most recent example, Stomping Grounds. WWE Stomping Grounds, as great as a pay-per-view as that ended up turning out to be, the attendance, not so great. If you looked at the stats, it wasn't great at all. They had to move fans to the front row just in order to make it look like the seats were filled. They topped off a lot of the arena. A lot of the arena was blacked out because the attendance figures weren't so great. But on that note as well, is WWE about to run out of business? Absolutely not. The truth of the matter is, WWE is still a worldwide phenomenon. WWE is still catering towards a lot of the kids, a lot of the family homes. And even though a lot of the hardcore fans are getting frustrated by the WWE product, there's still a lot of WWE fans a lot of hardcore fans, I should rather say, that are actually still watching the WWE. They complain about how bad the product is, yet they still tune into Raw each week, still tune into SmackDown each week, still watch pay-per-views, which I find interesting. Because that's the thing. Because WWE is still frustrating us. But we are still tuning in to see what exactly happens. Is the show going to be any good? We still do that. We still watch that. Which is exactly why I don't think WWE are in trouble anytime soon. Will AEW provide enough competition to potentially run them out of business? I do not know. Certainly it's going to take a while before they get into that position. I would say at least a year. It's going to take AEW at least a year, maybe 2 even, before they start providing some legit competition for WWE. So right off the bat, AEW, I'm going to put it straight to you, straightforward to your face, and you won't like this. AEW are not legit competition for WWE just yet. They can be, but they aren't yet. And I know superstars have gone in on, superstars and legends alike. I think Kurt Angle was the one who actually said, AEW are not legit competition for WWE. They are competition, just not legit competition. And to be legit competition, AEW has to pump in that money, millions and millions of dollars, in order to actually become as good as WWE. And Kurt Angle and both AJ Styles as well. These are two top figures that people actually follow and respect and look towards. And these superstars and legends are saying, they're not real competition. They're gonna have to do so much more to be real competition. And quite frankly, I both agree and disagree. As I said, I do agree that, look, they are gonna have to put in the money. They are gonna have to put in the money in order to maybe catch up to WWE. And the truth of the matter is, as well, yes, it's going to take a lot of time. As I said, year or 2. Maybe by then, there'll be legit competition. Not right away. They are doing really, really well. There's no denying that. However, if you really think about it, AEW, in a sense, is catering more towards the hardcore fans. Hardcore fans, they're not really caring much towards the family, which is fine. Actually, I think it's fine. They're rated 13 at the moment, which rate 13, 14, which I think is awesome. I think it's a great way to actually build your company up, because you can't be exactly like WWE. And I don't think that's the idea. I think that they want to be as different as they can be, which I think is awesome. They're bringing in back what the audience really wants, what I think the majority of the audience really wants, and I think that's awesome, and that will help build their product. That will help build their company up, because they're realizing exactly what pro wrestling needs to be, what the pro wrestling audience potentially wants. And it is admittedly catering more towards the hardcore fans. However, at the same time, if you look at it, even the casual fan could actually get invested into it. So from that perspective, it's still going to take some time. It will, absolutely, until they get a weekly show, until they start having more and more shows. It's going to still be some time before they provide some legit competition to WWE. But at the same time, again, as I mentioned, AEW catering towards hardcore fans, and in that respect, that's why it's also not quite legit competition for WWE yet, because WWE has a mix of family friendly and hardcore fans tuning in each and every week. There is that mix. The attendance may not be so great, ratings may not be so great, but they still have that mix. They still have that audience that they're catering towards, that are still tuning in every single week, even on the WWE network, that are also watching the product on the network. And that's another thing. WWE has such a vast library of entertainment on the WWE network. That's another audience that they are catering towards, that they are providing for. And if the audience are watching the WWE network, that is ultimately what's making them tune into the product as well. So the WWE network is another thing that helps WWE still be so popular, still be a worldwide phenomenon, ultimately still be #1 show out there. So what I'm trying to say is, can AEW provide competition? Absolutely. They are providing normal competition week to week, every single pay-per-view. They are providing regular competition. Are they legit competition yet? Absolutely not. And you may hate me for saying that, and please, feel free to let me know your feelings on that in the comments below, because I'd love to join in your conversation. Maybe there's something I'm not explaining so well, maybe there's something you take offense to, and I'll understand that. Please comment it in the comment section, because I'd love to join in on that conversation to let you maybe explain myself a bit better if there's something you want to question about what I'm saying. And yes, WWE are frustrating a lot of their roster to the extent that the roster isn't even accepting more money offers, bigger money offers, that they'd rather try their luck in AEW, even just New Japan, because AEW isn't a guarantee to get into if you leave WWE. So maybe they want to still explore their options, New Japan, Ring of Honor, etc., etc. So WWE are frustrating their superstars, no doubt about that. And this is the thing as well. Maybe from a superstar perspective, you're going to get more superstars wanting to join AEW than WWE moving forward. Maybe. But you're still getting a lot of big stars coming into WWE. WWE are also creating some big stars in NXT. That's the thing. If you're watching your NXT is huge. NXT is amazing. And NXT is actually legit competition to AEW, in my honest opinion. And as long as there's people tuning into NXT, I think, and maybe enjoying the NXT product still, then I think that's going to stop people from tuning into AEW. Because people, if people are only going to want to tune into one show a week, for example, I think a lot of people will want to tune into NXT more, maybe than AEW. That's my honest opinion. For me personally, that's what I want. I'm watching AEW just to start off with, just to see how it is doing. By the way, AEW All In, I believe that's the one. No, Double or Nothing. Sorry, that's the first one that I watched. Double or Nothing was the first one I watched. It was an amazing show. Way too long in my opinion, but it was still a great show. Great storytelling, great commentary. I loved every single bit of it. So AEW are getting there. They are on the rise. They are real competition. Just not legit competition, not yet. But I will tell you this, in a year or two even. It's going to take some time, but AEW can be legit competition. If they keep their momentum up, they keep telling great stories, if they do not overuse their roster, if they keep bringing in fresh faces, if they just give the audience a reason to tune in over WWE, AEW could very well be true competition, but it is going to take some time, as I've said, and I know I've said that a ton already, but it does not mean it's any less true, and that's how I want to end it. AEW isn't legit competition yet, but there will be. Just watch. A year or two from now, they will be. And I hope, absolutely hope, that this competition, even just this normal competition right now from AEW, I'm hoping that that is enough to get WWE off its backside and provide better entertainment. Folks, I hope that you've enjoyed this this review on this. Just my thoughts on, is AEW legit competition? I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode, because trust me, there's more rants and reviews to come. Keep tight, keep well, keep fighting the big fight. I will see you next time.